This program is made possible by viewers like you who are members of NPTV.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television. Live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center, the 2005 State High School Basketball Championships, brought to you in part by Nebraska Community Colleges, State Farm Insurance, Southeast Community College, E10 Unleaded, Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, Doane College, Nebraska's Livestock Industry, One Oak Energy Marketing, Hastings College, NC Plus Hybrid, Option Herbicides, Nebraska Tire, and Nebraska Wesleyan.
It's the second session of the 29th Girls State Basketball Tournament. D1 Championship between the Flyers of Humphrey St. Francis and the Falcons of Freeman High School. Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, everyone. John Bishop alongside Andrew Felios. We had a pretty good first session of games. We saw a couple of first-time champions crowned. We also saw another champion, West Point Central Catholic, be crowned again and again and again. That would be 4 times.
That's right. And Freeman in this game, this D1 championship, looking to be crowned again. Humphrey St. Francis looking for that first state basketball title, John.
This should be an interesting game because these two schools come from very different backgrounds. As far as Freeman is concerned, as Andrew mentioned, they've got the state championship experience. This school seems to be an annual applicant in this tournament for state championship honors. Let's meet the Falcons and the Flyers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the Class D1 Girls Basketball State Championship game. Today's game features the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers versus the Falcons of Freeman High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers. Number 10, Jennifer Eisenminger. Number 12, Kelly Wemhoff. Number 14, Kayanne Hamling. Number 22, Michelle Vike. Number 30, Tanya Foltz. Number 34, Janelle Cush. And number 50, Kristen Fuchs. And now, the non-starters for the home team, the Freeman High School Falcons. Number 12, Katie Schode. Number 13, Allison Jurgen. Number 21, Kim Rhines. Number 23, Melissa Hadavy. Number 24, JC Vanderbeek. Number 50, Michelle Horstman. And number 52, Erin Dord. And now, the starting lineup for Humphrey St. Francis. A 5'9" senior, number 20, Danielle Wessel. A 5'7" senior, number 24, Allison Hittner. A 5'5" senior, number 32, Tina Kessel. A 5'6" sophomore, number 42, Kendra Bender. And a 5'8" senior, number 44, Jamie Bender. Head coach for the Flyers is Brian Richmond, assisted by Haley Sanborn and Dean Cush. And now, the starting lineup for the Freeman High School Falcons. A 5'8" junior, number 20, Brooke Wallman. A 6' sophomore, number 30, Jodine Rodemaker. A 5'5" sophomore, number 32, Stacy Garecki. A 5'10" sophomore, number 33, Kristen Cruzy. And a 5'9" junior, number 34, Elise Schlake. Head coach for the Falcons is Ken Cook, assisted by J.B. Leibel. Today's game officials are Mark Hickson and Tim Siefkas. The bench official is Ryan Speck. And now, ladies, let's play basketball.
There are the teams and the lineups, and here's where they hail. Humphrey St. Francis, the Flyers, 22-2 on the season. They've won 2 state championships, 1994 and 2001. And from Freeman, state championship years in 2002 and 2003. But if you remember back to your history, Freeman is the consolidated effort of Adams and Philly high schools, 2 schools which had a great rivalry over the years. They then combined forces. Ken Cook, the legendary head coach of Freeman, was the coach at Adams. He won 3 state championships there. And at Freeman, he's won 2 more. So Cook's grand total is 5. And Freeman has been in 5 tournaments in the 7 years since this school was founded. Or formed, for lack of a better term. We're ready to play ball. St. Francis in the solid blue and Freeman in white. And right off the get-go, off the tip, shot blocked from behind by Kendra Bender, and a double dribble is called. Against Freeman, it will belong to St. Francis.
Freeman, they're starting out fast. They actually want to slow this game down. Humphrey St. Francis, they are going to look to press and really speed up the tempo here.
And a foul as Freeman brought some defense into the backcourt.
Had a very short intermission, John. The games were running long today, so there was only about an hour intermission. It's usually about a little over an hour and a half, so we're about a half hour behind time, but this one, of course, starts on time.
In the lane, the shot is good by Allison Hittner. The foul is on Rodemaker, and that will mean a 3-point play opportunity for St. Francis. Some of the stars that will no doubt get their names called a number of times. Danielle Wessel, a 5'9" junior who averages 10 points, has averaged nearly 20 points in 2 state tournament games. The young lady at the line, Allison Hittner, has had a good state tournament. She's exceeded her average of 3 points and 3 rebounds a game. She's averaged almost 5. Kendra Bender averages 14 points a game. She's on that pace throughout this state tournament. Those are some of the principles for Humphrey St. Francis as we have a travel and a turnover against Freeman. For the Falcons, Ken Cook only has 1 player who averages in double figures, but that individual, Brooke Wallman, a 5'8" junior who averages 10 points a game, has averaged 19 points a game through 2 tournament games. And Elise Schlake, who averages almost 10, scored 18 yesterday in the win over Fall City Sacred Heart. So just some of the principles in today's state championship game.
Oh, there's a shot right there. Just to tell you a little bit more about these 2 teams, as Elise Schlake gets called for the traveling. Freeman did not really expect to be here. Coach Ken Cook told me that he thought his team was about a year away, but things have worked out. They've gotten hot, and here they are today. As far as Humphrey St. Francis, they, I think, expected to be here more. It was more of a goal for them.
Ball taken away by Kristen Cruz. Cruz having to wear the facial protection because of a broken nose suffered earlier this week. And she felt a little bad about it too, because it's a chance for her to be on television, and we're not making light of it. But she didn't want to have to wear that. She wanted to look good for the cameras. Well, I guess it's probably more important to make sure the nose heals properly and to be able to play the basketball game. We don't think any less of you, Kristen. In fact, the fact that you're playing with a broken nose is pretty impressive.
That was
Some people like me wouldn't do it.
That was a pretty impressive move by Brooke Wallman to get Freeman on the board.
Game is tied at 2. Ball was tipped momentarily by Rodemaker. St. Francis has it, and it's stripped and taken away by Brooke Wallman. Defense is the key. In the old days of the state tournament, you didn't see as much of the aggressive up-tempo style. But a lot of teams are implying that strategy, and there's another good jumper by Brooke Wallman.
She's got 2 in a row, 4 points off to a quick start.
Down the floor, a good open look. And a foul. We'll have free throws. No, we won't. Just before the shot. Allison Hittner will inbound. Looking. Outlets into Tina Castle. Back to Hittner. Long 2 from Jamie Bender.
Here's the full court press now from Humphrey St. Francis. Freeman's going to have a hard time handling it.
And they did not space the floor well. 2 players at the same time, neither took the ball. And an open 2 for Kendra Bender. And Ken Cook doesn't like the way his team handled those last couple of possessions and wants to use one of his 5 timeouts. 6-4 in favor of the Flyers of Humphrey St. Francis. And after the steal, here's a nice pass by Wessel. Nobody on the weak side, which is why they call it the weak side.
Yeah, Brian Reichmuth, the coach of Humphrey St. Francis, said that's the key to the game. They got to speed this game up and be able to utilize their athletes. You know, this Humphrey St. Francis team was 20-1 going into districts. They were upset by Red Cloud, but he said after that game, his team really became refocused and really found out then what they were going to have to do to have success in this postseason, and they've done it.
Now Freeman's got numbers down the floor. Foul and free throws coming up. Foul is on Jamie Bender. It'll mean free throws for Jodine Rodemaker, 5'11" sophomore, averaging 5 points and 6 rebounds for the season, and has been pretty close to that during the state tournament.
Jodine Rodemaker, shooting 2.
This Freeman team, very young team, John.
Yes.
Well, you look down this lineup, they don't have one senior in the starting lineup. It's all sophomores and juniors.
And only one senior on the roster altogether, and that's Kim Rhines, who comes off the bench. So when Ken Cook says he might be a year away, what does that mean about this year? Down the floor, all the way in. Kendra Bender just took it right down the alley, and nobody was home. 8-6 in favor of the Flyers. St. Francis again in the dark blue uniforms. Freeman they also have dark blue in their color. It's actually a navy blue, but they also have a little Carolina blue in there as well. Rebound pulled down with authority by Allison Hittner.
Here comes Danielle Wessel, number 20, an outstanding player. Nice look.
And that will be waved off. No basket. It'll be waved off. Foul was on the floor, and the foul is going to go on Stacy Garacki. And that is her second, and it's already the 4th team foul against the Freeman Falcons. 4:39 left here in the first quarter. Substitutions coming in. Kelly Wemhoff for St. Francis, and number 21, Kim Rhines, the lone senior on the roster for Freeman High School. From the corner, 3 ball, yes! Kelly Wemhoff with the first tray of the game.
Up-tempo style.
And a travel. Katie Schoen, or I beg your pardon, Kelly Wemhoff, came in very quickly behind and altered the course of that play. And essentially coaxed that travel. 11-6, St. Francis by 5. Out on the perimeter, ball knocked away. Elise Schlake with the takeaway. Halfway through the first quarter. Into the front court. They look down low. And Elise Schlake will shoot free throws. Already 17 fouls in this game combined. And we've barely played 4 minutes. Foul is on number 42, Kendra Bender. That's her first. And here is Elise Schlake. As we mentioned, 18 points yesterday, 11 of those coming at the free throw line in the win over Fall City Sacred Heart, a team that Freeman is all too familiar with. Both teams come out of the same district. They split their series earlier in the year. A regular season game going to Freeman. Freeman losing the district game, but they got in via the wild card, despite having 7 losses. Outlet down the floor. Oh, that was just thrown up for grabs because there was nowhere to go with it. And another foul.
Came into good hands. Number 20, Danielle Wessel, the senior, averaging nearly 10 points a game coming in. Humphrey St. Francis, though, as you said, has a great player by the name of Kendra Bender, number 42. And there she is with the ball.
And the 2. 13-8 Flyers.
Tempo right now not really favoring Freeman. You can see they're a little uncomfortable playing this type of game. They've got to slow it down. There you go, bring it back out.
Rick Wallman lost it, picked it back up. Nearly lost it again. Ball poked away. Still loose on the floor. No over and back. It was touched by Humphrey St. Francis. Oh, another near steal. That shot was blocked. St. Francis is everywhere.
They are.
And that's good recovery by Rodemaker. If she does not get her hand on the ball, that's an easy layup. To inbound in the corner, and it was last touched by Humphrey St. Francis. So Freeman forcing the turnover. 13-8, Humphrey St. Francis. Kind of a hitch and go type of game. No flow to it yet. From 18, short by Katie Schoen. Rebound St. Francis, here comes Bender. To Hamling, Kayan Hamling.
That was just a standing jumper. She was wide open, she capitalized, near charge. Yeah, just not real good ball handling right now by Freeman.
And they're lucky to get that one back. Ball was last touched by Kristen Fuchs.
You notice all the very good teams that we've covered today that have gone on to win championships have been very good pressing teams.
It's true, every one of them. Why not in Class D2? Of course, West Point Central Catholic and Lincoln Northeast. Back into the game for Freeman, number 32, Stacy Baraki. 7-point lead, biggest of the game for St. Francis. They have the ball.
Ouch.
Oh, look at
Yes. Brooke Wallman's going to get whistled for the foul. She tried to go after the ball, but ended up giving a little shot to the face inadvertently there.
And already, it's time for free throws. That's the 7th team foul against the Falcons. First one against Wallman. Here's Bender. She'll get the second. She's got 7 points of the 16 for St. Francis. Make that 8. 9-point game now. Well, I hope these two teams have a deep bench, because I have a feeling they're going to need it. That's 11 fouls in this first quarter. That was good ball movement, but they just couldn't handle it, traveling. She was on the floor, Hamling on the floor, and it's hard not to get the travel if you don't find a way to get rid of that ball in a hurry.
Number 30, Judy Veronica.
Taking a look up at Brooke Wallman. Entry pass knocked away by herself. Here goes Bender down the floor, flying to a basket.
Yeah, right now, Humphrey St. Francis defenders, they are living up to their nickname, Flyers. They're flying all over the place.
19-8. Trying to run Freeman out of the gym from the baseline.
Not close, not even
Airballed
close.
by Schoen. Very little offense right now for Freeman. Bender again. High arcing off the glass, no good. Rebound to Kristen Cruz. Ball's poked away, look out right in front of us. Hard off of the table, but no damage. Neither to her nor to us.
Looks like we got breakaway monitors this year.
Might need them. We've had a lot of activity in front of us here today. More so than we usually get. That's what you get when you get a lot of pressing teams from the corner. No. Oh, need to be a little more quick after that ball.
Again,
like that.
Another steal.
St. Francis is just playing 2 speeds faster right now. But unfortunately, another turnover. Like I said, it's kind of a herky-jerky game. Really not much of a flow, but St. Francis is still up 19-8. Near travel, nearly dragged the pivot foot. And she slid hers. That being Stacy Garacki. 19-8. 41 seconds left here in the first period of play. 3 state champions have already been crowned. 3 more to come. See if St. Francis, nope, I was gonna say, are they gonna go, they're gonna play it conservative, are they gonna go for the throat? They go for the throat. And another foul. Foul is on Kristen Cruzy, which is her second, so she's going to take a seat. The 8th team foul of the first quarter against the Falcons. And this is Kristen Fuchs.
And Freeman's got to be careful. They don't want this deficit to get too high, because this is a senior-laden team on Humphrey St. Francis. They're not the type of team that's going to relinquish a double-digit lead in the second half.
And that's what it is right now, a 13-point advantage. And there's the steal. And another near basket for the Flyers. Foul is on Kim Rhines, and she's committed 2 fouls. Lots of fouls in this first quarter for Freeman. Number 9 is Danielle Wessel. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
Coach Ken Cook also told me he didn't want his players to have their eyes wide open to begin this game, because they've never been in an atmosphere like this. I think you can see a little bit of that in here in this first quarter.
Three from the top of the key is good.
That was a nice looking shot. Nice
And
arc.
this is not a team that shoots a lot of threes. They shot 3 threes yesterday and 3 threes on Thursday. Ball taken away with 2 seconds left. They probably won't get another shot off. No, they do, but it's short. Well, that's an important three, Andrew, because it was 13 points. Granted, it's 10 now, but just for the psychological aspect of it, because Freeman had been stuck on 8 points for a while and really have shown very little offensively, provided they can even get the ball ahead to start any offense.
Yeah, they have not shown the ability to really get into their offensive sets like they want to. Shooting 50% from the field, there you see the nice arc there by Katie Schoen. She's just a freshman playing on a stage like this, and that's what I think Coach Cook meant when he said he thought his team was maybe a year or perhaps even 2 away. You look down the Freeman lineup, and Brooke Wallman's a junior, but aside from that, you've got sophomores and freshmen playing major roles with your team. Humphrey St. Francis, meanwhile, senior laden all across the board. So experience a huge factor in this game.
As you take a look at some of the crowd who has assembled here for the state basketball tournament. We played 8 minutes here in this D1 championship. Coming up, the C1 championship game, which will tip off immediately after this one. It's Crofton against Fort Calhoun, and then the nightcap in Class B. It's Beatrice against the 9-time state champion South Sioux City Cardinals. Good pass from Wessel to Bender, and a quick 2 to start the second quarter for St. Francis. Foul against the Flyers in the backcourt, as they are hounding Freeman at every corner. Everywhere you turn, there's another blue jersey. There was nearly another one. Bad pass. Oh, how about that? Tina Castle came in behind her teammate, Wessel, and it was like she was stealing the ball. In fact, you could see Wessel kind of hesitate, thinking she was hearing footsteps. She was, it was her own teammate. As a result, it's a double dribble and a turnover. Sometimes it's a little too much aggression. Opening seconds of the second period.
Traveling too. Well, we've seen that call a lot of times today. Players not setting their feet, trying to go as soon as they get the ball. You got to plant those feet first, then put it on the floor before you make your move.
11 first quarter turnovers against Freeman. That's the 8th turnover for St. Francis. 3 in the corner missed. Rebound to Rodemaker. This time no pressure in the front court. Across the floor, pull up jumper, yes!
Oh, they're going to get the basket and a foul. Is this going to be on Humphrey St. Francis? No, it looks like they're going to get Freeman 34, Elise Schlake on the push.
Yep. The basket will count, but right after the basket, Elise Schlake with a shove in the back. So, yes, you get 2 points, but now you have the potential of giving up 2 points with free throws. And it's the double bonus the rest of the half for Humphrey St. Francis. Make that chance for 3 points. She made the first, missed the second, but the Flyers get the ball. Bender, a look low. Tough shot over traffic, no, but a great play from behind Allison Hittner. Following the shot, St. Francis standing there flat-footed. And nearly another turnover. Boy, you can really, this defense is really bothering Freeman.
Suffocating.
It's like
there it is again.
It's like they're hearing steps everywhere. .6:05 left to go here in the second quarter, 13-point game. That's 9 turnovers. excuse me, I believe 10 now, 10 turnovers against the Flyers. This is starting to remind me of the C2 game where Exeter Milligan could not handle the defense applied by West Point Central Catholic and was forced into all kinds of mistakes. Timeout taken by Ken Cook. He's burned 2 timeouts here in the first half. His team has been doubled up so far, 26-13. I like that hairdo. Doubt it's his real hair though, but here's an example of it. You trap at the sideline, make them throw a pass back into the middle, and then you anticipate it and create the steal.
Humphrey St. Francis going for their first state championship, and right now looking by far like the better team in this group. Actually, it will be their 3rd state championship. Champions in '94 and 2001. It will be the first for their head coach, Brian Reckmuth.
Actually, this is the 2nd time we've caught one of these this week.
A typo.
Yes. St. Francis was runner-up in 2001, and they were runner-up in '94. They were not champions as is depicted in the program.
You know, this program also said that Lincoln Northeast had won a title in 1982.
Which was actually the runner-up, so I'll have to give Jim Angeli a hard time about that. Basket, foul, and count it. Foul will be whistled on Elise Schlake. That's her 2nd. Fouls are really racking up against Freeman. Ken Cook is going to need, he may need to go into the student body and find some more players. Can't get the and one, but now it's a 16-point lead. Flyers 29, Falcons 13. Shot over the top by Shane, lost on the floor, keep it alive. There's an opportunity,
there you go.
And the score. Off the feed from Michelle Horseman, it's Jodine Rodemaker. Wide open 3. Wow, flat-footed. Not much of a jump shot. It's taken off the floor, literally. 29-15. Pull-up jumper. She is fouled, and there'll be 2 shots coming up. And that's team foul number 7 on the Flyers.
St. Francis foul number 42, Kendra Bender, her 2nd.
Foul is on Kendra Bender, which is her 2nd. She's got 13 points here in the first half. Here's Brooke Wallman. Wallman with 4, missed the first. Bender's going to come out for a spell to avoid getting that 3rd foul here before halftime, or at least too early in this 2nd quarter. Wallman 6th the 2nd, and it's a 13-point lead for St. Francis. There was no one to throw it to, unfortunately for Freeman. Katie Schoen was standing in the way of the pass, and it ricocheted off her chest and out of bounds. What should have been a St. Francis turnover goes for naught. Jamie Bender tries to take it up strong. She draws the foul. Ken Cook sitting back on the chair saying should have been a jump ball.
Huh.
It just keeps getting worse for Freeman. And here is Jamie Bender, 5'8" senior. Averages 4 points and 2 rebounds. She misses the first. Kelly Wemhoff back in for the Flyers, number 12, standing in the back of your picture. 30-16.
And they just keep pressing.
Well, at this rate,
Personal foul.
we're going to be spending a majority of this basketball game at the free throw line.
The Falcons, Katie Schoen shooting 1-1.
Here is Katie Schoen, a freshman, one of Ken Cook's youngins. Misses the first end of the 1-and-1. Look underneath, pass denied strongly by Kim Rhines. Checking in for St. Francis, number 50, Christian Fuchs. Take a look at Ken Cook. And that time, Freeman gets the turnover.
Isn't it nice to see Ken Cook back at this state championship game, though?
It's like he's never left.
It's like he's never left.
He's been here a lot.
Seems like it.
Traveling.
Last time he was here, too, after they won that state championship back in 2003, he said, "I may be done."
Yeah, right.
Hinting that he may be retiring. So I asked him before this game, I said, "Coach, you're still here. You obviously still enjoy it." And he said, "Andrew, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be here, flat out. I just love what I do."
As soon as they found out they had the berth into the state tournament, first thing he started to do was get in the car and get some tape of his opponents here at the state tournament. The scouting never stops. The coaching never stops. Longtime football coach as well, was very good coach at Adams. He and Jim Miller
Number 33, Kristen Boozy.
at Omaha Marion are waging their own little personal battle for the all-time wins mark. They're very close. I don't have the exact numbers. I know that they are very close. They're both members of the 500 club in terms of wins. Steal by Wemhoff, down the floor by herself, and the layup is good. And it's a 32-16 game as we break under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. And another steal. And another chance for Wemhoff. And Ken Cook wants a timeout. 3:46 to go in a frustrating first half for the Falcons. It's all St. Francis, 32-16. Obviously a young lady with, it's like someone in the military. Tie-up called, possession will belong to Freeman. As we were saying before break, Ken Cook and Jim Miller of Omaha Marion, both members of the 500 win club. They're very close together. It's almost as if one is waiting for the other to finally quit. Oh, knocked in the air. It's like watching Keystone Cops, that last series of events. People flying all over the floor. Ball ricocheting like a pinball. After all said and done, it's Freeman ball. Down by 16 here.
Freeman's got to make a run to end this first half. They need some quality hoops. There's players open, just the passing has not been crisp.
Shot is short, rolled it over the backboard. Another chance, no. Will they get another? Probably not.
Just over 3 minutes left to go in the half, and Humphrey St. Francis has doubled up Freeman, 32-16. Humphrey St. Francis has done it with a variety of players. Kendra Bender the main one. Danielle Wessel on that shot. Freeman gets the rebound, and down low, throwing a couple of elbows, was Michelle Horseman.
Wow.
Boy, ball changing
Holy
hands.
cow.
This is all over the place.
I was about to say, it was a great catch by Danielle Wessel. They might want to consider her for the football team. And then, for some reason, she must have thought she had to save it from being an over and back. So, well, let's
take a look at that turn
take
of
a look at it
events.
again. Here it is.
See it for yourself.
I don't know where she was going with the ball, but anyway, I feel like we need to have a running soundtrack in the background. I mean, there's been a couple of those moments in this game.
Number 14, K.N. Emily.
Elise Schlake at the line. Take a look at her from behind. Missed the second, 15-point lead for the Flyers. 2:40 left before halftime. Entry pass was denied, but it's a foul on Kristen Cruzy.
Foul number 33, Kristen Cruzy. That's her third personal foul.
She's already picked up 3 fouls.
Kristen Cooks.
At the rate this is going, someone's going to foul out of this game in the third quarter. First free throw is good by Kristen Fuchs, 5'9" junior. Averages 5 points and 4.5 rebounds. She scored 12 as St. Francis on Thursday set a D1 state record by scoring 88 points against Lee. I'm sure there'll be emails and cards being sent to Red Cloud saying, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
You made them mad and they took it out on us.
Oh, another traveling call.
Lee and St. Francis, of course, are practically neighbors, and they see each other quite a bit, but not usually to the tune of that. 21 turnovers against the Falcons, 12 for St. Francis. A look down low, and 3 seconds in the lane.
That's the first 3-second call I think we've had all day long. We've seen a couple 5-second calls.
3 of those. And an intentional foul. I mean, some of the more unusual calls we're seeing in this game are not unusual as much as it is just
That's
rare.
a good look.
That is good. Jodine Rodemaker stayed with it. And it's a 15-point game. Less than 2 minutes left here in the first half. St. Francis still on the attack. She'll take 3. Too strung by Wimhoff. Rebound to Freeman.
See if Freeman can get one more hoop here. Not out of it yet, still hanging around. But they got to quit turning the ball over.
Backing around, and a foul is going to be called on Kelly Wimhoff. That'll be her second.
Kelly Wimhoff, that's her second personal
Both
foul.
teams
Team foul number 10.
in the double bonus now. That's free throws for Elise Schlake.
Shooting good.
She's got 3 points, make it 4. 34-20. And a 30-second timeout requested and granted to head coach Brian Richmond and the St. Francis Flyers. So to clarify what we had said earlier, or what I had said earlier, St. Francis has not won a state title. They are twice a runner-up in Class D1. Even though I've been here 10 years, it's hard, I don't remember everything. But it was 2001, Bancroft Rosalie won in overtime, 43-30. And then in 94, Chambers capped off an undefeated season as they beat St. Francis by 15.
There you see Jodine Rodemacher, just a sophomore, another one of the young up-and-coming players for the Freeman Falcons. I think you're right. I like those Carolina blue and then Penn State Navy combo. That just looks sharp. Freeman's got nice-looking uniforms.
Yes, they do. Missed the second. Oh, right there in the lane, but the ball just came back out. It was hanging on the rim. I thought Rodemaker was going to get 2 off a missed free throw. Coming up on a minute to play in the first half, 34-20. St. Francis has led throughout. And a traveling call. St. Francis not looking nearly as sharp as they had in the first few minutes of this game.
A nice looking student section over there for Freeman as well.
And another foul. That one's going to be whistled on.
That's Allison Hittner.
Hittner, yeah. I
Number
was going to
24.
say Hittner, her first.
Elise Schlake spent some time at the free throw line this half.
Quite a bit to be exact. That's her 7th free throw attempted in this first half.
Not a bad way to make a living.
Missed the second. And foul on St. Francis on the rebound attempt. That's going to go against Wessel. So free throws now for Kim Rhines. What's the over and under on the number of players who are going to foul out of this game? Really, but you know, you look at it, and just taking a quick glance, only one player has 3 fouls, and that's Cruzy for Freeman. Got a host of people with 1 and 2.
But yeah, everybody on the Freeman roster is fouled. At least everybody that has played.
Not the only people on the bench that hadn't gotten a foul yet in this game are the trainers and the coaches. Baseline jumper, no. Rebound, put back, yes. Kristen Fuchs, 36-22. St. Francis was starting to make just a wee bit of a run there.
Oh boy.
Bad pass. Bender, nice hesitation. Up, she traveled.
Yeah, I think if she would have gone up with that shot, it wouldn't have been called, but the fact that she tried to come to a jump stop there, it just wasn't happening.
So Freeman, with 25 seconds left, will likely play for the last shot. And stepped on the baseline. They attacked the basket a lot sooner than I thought.
Humphrey St. Francis, 15 seconds to go. Will likely get the last shot. And a foul.
Oh, they called a foul. It looked like could have been a block. Freeman fans thought it was a block. And that is the 3rd foul on Elise Schlake. So you've got Schlake and Cruzy both with 3 fouls going into the halftime. 10 seconds left in the first half. First free throw is good by Tina Castle. Tina, a 5'5" senior. She has exceeded her averages for the season. She averaged 3 points coming in. Scored 9 yesterday and 6 on the first day. Got 1 here today. Pull up 3 towards the end of the half. No, will they get it off to the buzzer? They will, but the shot won't go in. At halftime, Humphrey St. Francis with a 37-22 advantage going into the locker room. It has been a frustrating first half for the Falcons. Quite frankly, they're probably happy it's not worse right now. As we go down courtside, Kyle D'Elia has St. Francis coach Brian Richmouth.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Coach. You're halfway there. What do you do in the locker room and for the next 16 minutes?
Well, we're playing all right. We had some letdowns there in the second half of the second quarter. We got to get this back under control. We had things where we wanted them. We kind of left them come back in. We got a nice lead. We're playing hard. We're going to reestablish that when we come back out.
Just don't beat yourselves, Coach, right?
Absolutely.
Good luck the rest of the way. You guys are on the mark, John and Drew. You were talking state championships. They got one in volleyball. They had a wrestler at 189 as seniors, so they got it. We're back after the break.
You're watching NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
We are back at the Devaney Center. Believers and Achievers being honored here at halftime of the Class D1 Championship. Humphrey St. Francis with a 37-22 lead here at halftime over Freeman, as we look back at what happened earlier today at the Girls State Tournament through one session. In Game 1, a little bit of history as West Point Central Catholic went into the game with 101 consecutive wins. Exeter Milligan entered the game with 57 consecutive wins. But as you can see, for the Blue Jays of Central Catholic, doesn't matter who you face anymore. We're going to beat you, and we're going to beat you badly. That's exactly what happened today. They were too much, really, at all facets of the game. They were the superior team.
And that was no slouch that they beat. Exeter Milligan was undefeated coming into that game. They had made the move up from Class D1, and I thought after that first quarter we were going to be in for a barn burner. And then West Point Central Catholic just put it into a gear that we have not, well, actually, yes, that we have seen for the past few years. They just simply ran Exeter Milligan right out of the gym. Why not also got their first state championship, John?
Exactly. Megan Nyworth with 29 points. She is the top scorer of the day in our 3 championship games so far. As Andrew mentioned, why not winning their first state championship, 53-49 over Clearwater, as Emily Burback scored a double-double today of 14 points and 10 rebounds, overcoming Clearwater's 21 points. And you can't say enough about Alicia Teal playing on that injured knee, the ACL, where she's going to have surgery on Tuesday. A gutty performance. Unfortunately, her team came up a little bit short.
And we can't forget about Lincoln Northeast. I will always remember Rich Olson, the tears in the locker room after the game, winning a state championship, the first one ever for the girls program at his alma mater.
Very emotional day for Rich Olson to return home and do what essentially his mentor, the legendary Ed Johnson, did so many times for the boys team. 37-22 is our score. Humphrey St. Francis leading Freeman here at halftime, and we will continue with more activities from the State Fairgrounds after this.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television.
I'm still a little foggy. I've never been to New Orleans, so I'm not a big, into the whole beads thing. But everyone's into the beads thing. I always thought, there was just jewelry, but I guess it's more of a statement now.
Yes.
But for St. Francis, they haven't needed too many of the lucky beads so far. They're up by 15 points here in the first half of the Class D1 championship game. Now, coming up later during our state tournament coverage, we will present the D1 All-State team in more detail, but here are the representatives on that team. Sydney Cooksley of Elwood, Candace Clow of Pawnee City, Kim Feynman of Lawrence Nelson, Stacy Moore of Cambridge, and Megan O'Grady of Fall City Sacred Heart. And kind of the unusual thing is we're used to seeing at least one of the All-State members in this game, but that wasn't the case this year.
No, definitely was not the case this year. Megan O'Grady, what would an All-State team in Class D1 be without an O'Grady in there? Of course, her sister Katie had a tremendous career also at Fall City Sacred Heart. Stacy Moore has done a tremendous job at Cambridge, sort of the next star, taking over for Christina Hotelling. Kim Feynman from Lawrence Nelson made a couple appearances on 10-11 in our highlight zone, did an outstanding job, and Candace Clow and Cindy Cooksley, also two very good players.
Yeah, no repeat winners this year on the D1 team, though Jade Meads of Elm Creek, who was in D1 last year, did appear on the C2 All-State team. So the shakeup in classes obviously changed that a little bit, but congratulations. And again, we will have the official presentation and more detail of all of those great state basketball players coming up later during our coverage on 10-11. 37-22, Humphrey St. Francis over Freeman, and we will continue for more right after this.
Ever want to go back in time to live in the Old West? Here's your chance. From the makers of Frontier House and Colonial House comes Texas Ranch House. Whether you're a city slicker or an old cowhand, pull on your boots and sign up at pbs.org. Yeehaw!
You're watching NETV Sports, Nebraska's home for sports. And that's more than just a slogan. We take our commitment to high school and collegiate sports very seriously, which is why NETV broadcasts so many games. And I hope you'll take seriously this request to help support those games with your membership in Nebraskans for Public Television. A pledge of just $60 shows that you're committed to quality and want to see it for years to come. It also means you'll receive our member card for discounts across the state. Our number, 1-800-676-5446. Call right now and you'll be supporting our broadcast of live sporting events and Big Red Wrap-Up during football season. Don't just sit this one out. Get serious and get a membership in Nebraskans for Public Television. 1-800-676-5446 and help keep NETV Nebraska's home for sports.
You're watching NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
Halftime numbers, as you take a look at the team figures, here are the individual numbers. Kendra Bender leading the way for St. Francis with 13, and Jodine Rodemaker for Freeman leading the way with 6 points. 37-22, Humphrey St. Francis over Freeman, and we'll continue. Stay right there.
The 2005 State High School Basketball Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. NPPD, always there when you need us. Bryan LGH Medical Center, the first name in healthcare. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Tuesday on Nova, Brian Greene, scientist and best-selling author, takes a thrill ride into a world beyond your wildest imagination. String theory, it's stranger than science fiction. PBS presents Nova, the Elegant Universe.
Coming soon to NETV. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Conversations with those who matter. Insights from the world of politics. Journeys through the world of entertainment, asking tough questions to those in the know. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Listen weeknights at 7 Central Time on NET Radio, Nebraska's NPR station. You're watching NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
Freeman's Ken Cook, as our guys have been talking about, you're one of the legendary coaches in all the state. Coach, you told me a little about your girls overachieved maybe, but hey, they're right in this game. How do you slow the Flyers down?
You tell me. I don't know. We're in trouble. They're really quick, and they like to run, and we're helping them. We had 21 turnovers. Got to close down the turnovers and handle the ball a little better, and the quickness you can't negate. They're just a very good team, and we got ourselves a hole, but it happened in a half. Maybe we can come back in a half.
Yeah, you closed a little bit. Go get your girls. Maybe you can close that gap a little bit more. Good luck, Coach Cook and Freeman. Of course, Humphrey St. Francis. We'll see you for the second half when we're back.
Bryan LGH West is bringing advanced neuroscience technology to Nebraska, offering the state's first gamma knife radiosurgery to non-invasively treat brain tumors and severe facial pain. and working with Nebraska's only physician specially trained in coiling for brain aneurysms. Just 2 examples of our commitment to neuroscience care for Nebraskans and our neighbors. Brian LGH, the first name in healthcare.
We live in a culture of temptations. We Americans are getting hundreds of messages a day that direct us away from wellness, healthy lifestyles, good food choices. We've really set up a sort of a perfect storm of issues around food, weight, diet, health, and exercise for our children and for our adults.
The Big Fat Question, a Nebraska Connect special, raises the question about food, health issues, and attitudes about obesity. Join NETV and a panel of experts for this live call-in program. Coming Thursday, March 17th on NETV. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television.
Just got started here in the second half, and as we come back to action, Jamie Bender crashing to the ground after a foul. And foul is called on Jodine Rodemaker, which is her first. The only thing you did miss was that Kyle D'Elia was invited over to the Freeman bench to draw up some plays to see how they could stop that press. You heard Coach Cook talk about how, asked how do you stop it? He said, please, you tell me. Well,
he's brutally honest.
Kyle's right now in the back, right now, drawing up some plays. 37-22, that shot was blocked. Bender with a block, now into the front court. Stop on the dribble. Inside and back out. Around it goes Danielle Wessel. Inside for Jamie Bender. Bender lost it. Tried to get it away to Wessel. And a little too much defensive pressure. And here comes that press that Freeman had all kinds of problems with in the second half. Had an open teammate down the floor.
They have hesitated a lot to get the ball up the court, although that time they end up cashing in. That time, Elise Schlake with the jumper.
How much of this is because you have so much inexperience? Only one senior on this team.
Well, when it comes to handling a press, experience definitely is a factor, especially if you see a team that is talent-wise above what you're used to seeing. If you've got young players on your team, that press can be overwhelming and can really take the fight right out of you.
Foul is on Rodemaker, which is her third. Or was it on Cruz? No, Cruz already had 3 fouls. Haven't put it up on the board yet, but yeah, now they have. Now it's 3 fouls on Rodemaker. 37-24. It's been pretty much double digits since late first quarter, early second. Falcons would love to get it closer. From the corner, Brooke Wallman. Nice stroke.
Hanging around.
Well, Ken Cook may have been joking about how do you break the press. Believe me, he knows.
He had something. He had
knows.
something cooking.
He has answers. It's just whether or not you can execute.
Oh, that's a tough call that time. When you have a player trapped like that under the hoop, just like Allison Hittner was, just let her go in that situation. Instead, you pick up the foul and send Hittner to the line.
And Wallman has her third. So Wallman, Rodemaker, Cruzy, and Schlake all on the floor right now for Freeman with 3 fouls with 5:38 left in the third. We told you in the first half, the way the fouls are racking up, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose somebody here in the third quarter. The head, Wallman between defenders, gets it down the floor. And now Freeman can set up in the half court. A look inside. Cruzy has her shot blocked. Double dribble. The shot was blocked by Jamie Bender. (39-26). Flyers by 13. Off the fingertips and down the floor, and a foul. And that one's going to be on Garacki. So now we have a quintuplet of 3 foul players on the floor for Freeman. Everybody's got 3 until now, because Katie Schoen and Kim Rhines are now in the game. That is already the 4th foul on Freeman. It's starting off just like the first half, just like the first quarter.
Oh man, good shot.
Got the shot up in the air, and it kissed off the glass, and now she'll go to the line to shoot 1.
Bender has been the standout player. 15 points for Humphrey St. Francis, looking to make it 16 after this free throw.
And this could be the last action we see from Jodine Rodemaker in this quarter. She just picked up right there her 4th foul. And with the 3-point play, it's 42-26. 3 on the way. Oh boy. That's going to be 3 free throws, but it was almost a 4-point play.
Number 42, Kendra Bender. That's your 3rd personal
3rd foul on Bender, Kendra Bender. And now 3 free throws for Elise Schlake. That's the first.
Two, ladies, 2.
Obviously frustrated. Schlake was 11 of 15 at the line yesterday. Oh for 3 at the line on that trip. Sometimes it's just not your day. Good pass underneath. And yet another foul. It's going to go on Katie Schoen.
That's her 2nd personal.
It's her 2nd.
Number 6 on foul.
And to the free throw line goes Tina Castle.
Tina Castle.
Castle with 1 point today. She gets the first. And this is the biggest lead of the game for the Flyers, 17 points. Trying for their first state championship, and they appear to be in very good position. 2nd free throw off the back of the iron. Falcons have practically as many points as they have turnovers. 23 turnovers in this game. 26 points. Make it 28 off the jumper from Wallman. Freeman, as we mentioned, came into this game with 7 losses, and Ken Cook had mentioned how it is probably a team a year ahead of its time, as foul will go on Kim Rhines.
Personal foul. Team foul number 7.
And that's the 7th foul on Freeman, so guess what? It's free throws.
That's right.
But as we were mentioning, Ken Cook thought he was about a year ahead of his time with all these young players. A host of freshmen and sophomores. In fact, there's the 1 senior. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 5 freshmen listed on the Freeman roster. A very young team. Their losses this year, and you can't say they weren't battle tested. Sutton, a state qualifier in C2. Also losses to Dorchester, Pawnee City, Friend, Exeter Milligan, who we saw in the C2 championship game, Tri-County, who was in the tournament, and Falls City Sacred Heart, who they beat, eventually got back at and beat yesterday. So you really can't say they haven't played anybody. They played a lot.
He said, though, that they did get some lucky bounces after the Christmas break. They were playing about 500 basketball. The record was about 5-5 after that break, and since then, everything has just kind of gone his team's way. He admittedly said that. It has not been a decisive performance here on the road to state. They've had a lot of things go their way. That hasn't been the case this evening.
3:27 left third quarter. It's Humphrey St. Francis 44-30.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Escalator or stairs? It may seem like an easy choice, but the hard truth is the illness and disease that result from inactivity cost about $76 billion a year to treat. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska, we believe that cost is much too high, and not just in terms of money. So when it comes to keeping you healthy and keeping healthcare affordable, walking works. Your health, your choice.
Some of the Humphrey St. Francis students, you never know what you're going to see in the student section. We've seen gladiator outfits. We've seen Peter Pan costumes. There was one young man who was wearing the Union Jack, and there's a jump shot and a foul, and Elise Schlake will go to the line for a three-point play and a chance to make it an 11-point game. A young man from Crete who was wearing the Union Jack, the British flag, the great flag of Great Britain, as underwear. I kid you not, folks, you just never know what you're going to see at the state tournament. Oh, take a look at this, a 4-point play and a chance to make it 5. And just a second, ladies and gentlemen, we might have something here. They missed the free throw, but then Michelle Horseman got the board, got the basket, and now she goes to the line for a 3-point play, which would essentially make it a 5-point possession and a 9-point game. Oh, it's short, but she was over the line. Over the free throw line. It didn't matter anyway. She missed it. Boy, that was a golden opportunity there.
It's amazing.
Still a 10-point game, as close as it's been for a while.
That's right. Freeman just hanging around.
And they'll call a reach-in foul. It's team foul number 8 on the Falcons. 3:05 left third quarter. And that's the 4th foul on Brooke Wallman. The team's leading scorer is going to have to come out of this game with still 3 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to make coming back all that much harder to do. Kendra Bender makes the first. She's got 17 points. It's 45-34.
Yeah, fouls really starting to rack up on Freeman's side. 3 players right now have 3.
And 1 with 4. Here comes the pressure again. And an errant throw and another takeaway for the Flyers.
Had an open shot, passed it up.
46-34. Here's a drive by Wessel.
There's a collision. It's going to go Freeman basketball.
And Elise Schlake goes rolling to the floor like in a wheel that came off the wagon. But she's back up. Boy, if Freeman could just figure out how to break this press, we'd have a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Because at least they'd be able to set up in their half court. Make them honest, it's the second time. Tanya Foltz is convinced that this game will not continue. That's the second time she's knocked it out. Let's see if she can make it 3. Get it into the middle. Now you've got numbers. Down the floor, but the ball was poked away. Could not handle the dribble. This ball passed down the floor, a look underneath. And another foul.
Every time Freeman makes a move, they just can't seem to really get over the hump.
Well, that's when St. Francis kicks in that extra gear, i.e. their press. As I said, even though the score, this is about the most, I don't want to say lopsided, but the most comfortable 13-point lead you're ever going to see. I mean, just by the way this game has played out.
Yep. Seems like anytime they've really wanted the ball out of that press, they seem to force a turnover. There's another one.
Another near one, as Danielle Wessel couldn't save it from going out of bounds, but they're everywhere. (48-34), under 2.5 minutes to go. Long range 2, not quite the roll you wanted off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Bender. Into the lane, pass was deflected, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by St. Francis. Well, we said from the outset, this game just had that herky-jerky pace to it. We have not had a lot of sustained runs of action without clock stoppages. I mean, it's it's like driving behind someone who's riding their brake. Really.
For Humphrey St. Francis, though, it doesn't matter how you win as long as you just win.
Oh, and there's no criticism.
No.
It's just, you know, some games are just like that. Stacey Garacki up ahead for the Falcons, under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 48-34. Shot is up. No. Thought we were going to get a tie-up. St. Francis back the other way.
There's Bender.
Right through the lane. Ball nearly saved. Look out. Into her bench. She could have hurt herself and teammates.
It's going to be Freeman basketball here again. I mean, it's
adventures in the back. Oh, wait. Are they going to back off?
Not only do they go minutes without.
They're going to 2-1-2.
Not only do they go minutes without scoring points, they go minutes without taking a shot. They've had so much trouble with this press.
Looking around, Shane in the lane. No, but an offensive rebound and an easy putback for Elise Schlake. 1 minute left, third quarter, 12-point game. I mean, you think in a 12-point game, there's still a contest. Ooh, it rolls off, no. Rebound fought for, tie up, it will belong to the Falcons. But it's just, it's almost as if the Flyers are playing cat and mouse, you know?
Yeah.
Beating the mouse in the head, and then they let the mouse run away, and then the cat goes back after the mouse. I mean, really, that's the way it's felt. I mean, Freeman has had a couple of moments, back-to-back three-point play opportunities, for example, where they've had a chance to, you know, put a dent in the lead, and they're unable to convert, and then St. Francis comes back, gets a basket, and immediately clamps on the press.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're Brian Richmond, you're probably saying to yourself, stop playing and put the mouse away.
They haven't been able to put the mouse away. That mouse won't die. That mouse hopefully wants to turn into a rat here for this fourth quarter.
That mouse has the head of a 37-year veteran head coach.
That's a stubborn mouse.
I'm wondering how long we can carry out this analogy. There's the second, and see, here we go. 10-point game. Now, do the Flyers play for the last shot?
They're going to go the other way.
She walked with it, so here's a golden opportunity.
I think they're going to get her with a charging foul.
Yep, it is. I thought it was a travel. I'm sorry. And that's the fourth foul on Danielle Wessel.
That's a key foul.
Yeah, for someone who has scored 19 and 18 points in this state tournament, has no points today, and now has 4 fouls. And here is this is a key moment in this game for Freeman. If the mouse is going to stay alive, a three-pointer on the way, it's short. Rebound to St. Francis.
Final seconds. Gotta shoot it, gotta shoot it.
To the baseline. And then there are some times where the mouse runs itself into trouble. Would have been huge if that three would have gone down, but sometimes you wonder if that's the right shot to make in that situation. Take the clock down a little more and find a better shot. Here's Kristen Fuchs. She has the first 7 points, and it's an 11-point game. By the way, St. Francis has the possession arrow, so they get the ball to start the fourth quarter. That's why that last possession by Freeman was so important. Makes the second now with 2 seconds left in the period. Won't get off the last shot. St. Francis going for their first state championship, leads by 12 with 8 minutes to play.
Positioning.
And you know, with all these free throws being shot, obviously free throw shooting is a big factor in this game. Oh yeah, go. We're ready to go. The final 8 minutes, D1 championship game with the St. Francis Flyers leading the Freeman Falcons 50-38. It's the cat and the mouse that will not die. Freeman just barely hanging in there.
By a thread.
Oh, here we go. Steal, down the floor, Wallman.
Careful she doesn't pick up her 5th foul.
Oh, and she almost got that basket and a chance for a three-point play.
Kind of makes you cringe too, because we've seen a couple times today key fouls being picked up on charge calls. Wallman had that ball, she was going towards the hole, and a couple Humphrey St. Francis players had positioning.
And you know, with all these free throws being shot, obviously free throw shooting is a big factor in this game, and there's a miss. So now Freeman is 11 of 22. Humphrey St. Francis 21 of 29. Well, you take a look at, you know, those 10 free throws. The game's a 12-point game. 10 more made free throws makes the difference. 50-38, she missed them both. Free pass down low, look in, look out. Castle up top for Kendra Bender.
See if Humphrey St. Francis tries to take a little bit of air out of this ball.
Just about took about air out of that possession, and the Flyers will get it on the alternating possessions. (50-38). Into the front court, and another turnover. Right underneath. Follows up the missed shot. Nice play by Allison Hittner for 2.
Back to a 14-point game.
Oh, boy. Traveling.
Oh, man. It has been frustrating.
Yes, it has. Very frustrating. They just can't get it going.
They've managed to hang on, though, but just when you think they're going to make that run and get it over the top, they sort of shoot themselves in the foot.
To the front court. Wessel. Castle wants to take it around. She's fronted nicely by Garacki. Free pass and a foul, and that's it. Danielle Wessel is done, or I'm sorry, Brooke Wallman is done. Wallman has just fouled out of this game with 9 points.
That's a tough loss.
Our first player is fouled out with 6:26 to go.
And she is the leading scorer for Freeman. They're going to have a hard time coming back without her. She's also one of their best ball handlers.
First free throw is up and good by Allison Hittner. Second free throw is good, and it's back to a 16-point lead. So a 6-0 run here after the Falcons started to make a miniature run. Again, more pressure coming in the backcourt. Katie Schoen to Garacki. 6:10 left. Outside, this is a long two, just inside the line. No. Offensive rebound, another chance. Too strong off the glass. Now Freeman trying to press a little bit in the backcourt of their own. Oh, push it down the floor. And there's another deuce for Danielle Wessel.
Nicely done. Humphrey St. Francis going to put this one away, looks like.
I should say another deuce for the state tournament, but her first today. 56-38. Back down the floor is Elise Schlake.
That really is amazing. That's her first field goal.
Yeah. For Schlake, she's got 13 for the Falcons. Another look inside. Go there once, why not try it again? And we have a foul. It's going to be whistled against
Number 34,
Schlake, which is her fourth.
Kendra Bender, number 42, just a sophomore. Got 2 more years left after this year. Good looking player for Humphrey St. Francis. She's been all over the place today.
5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. The St. Francis Flyers are just that far away from a state championship.
The 2005 State High School Basketball Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Chuck-Off, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. NPPD, always there when you need us. Bryan LGH Medical Center, the first name in healthcare. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Uncover the Shroud of Turin, authentic relic or medieval forgery. Is this the Shroud of Christ? Secrets of the Dead.
Coming soon to NETV. You're watching NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
Welcome back to late in the fourth game of our 6 state basketball championship games, and we're joined by Danny Busboom, really one of the great all-time greats at Freeman High School and now part of the Husker Volleyball, Husker Nation. Danny, talk about watching your team. First, does it bring back memories of days gone by?
Oh, of course. I mean, state tournament's as good as it gets in high school, and I mean, just being here with all of my high school friends and my old teammates, I mean, we've been talking the whole game how why don't they do this? This is what we would have done, and you know, we just want to be out there playing for them.
You and I talked. They're hanging tough. I mean, Freeman, they really are. I mean, Humphrey St. Francis is a pretty good team. Your kids are hanging tough.
Yeah, I mean, Humphrey St. Francis is very quick, but I mean, we've been chopping away and getting it down to 10 points, 9 points. So hopefully there's still about 5 minutes left.
How much can the experience, you know, they are a young team, how much can this experience help them?
Oh, a ton. I think experience is huge, mainly in confidence ways. I mean, they come out here a little rough, and that probably is the biggest reason, just confidence.
Good stuff. I'm sure they're going to take it away from us here in a second, but you've played with a couple of Cooksters, Ken Cook and John Cook. You're smiling. Talk a little bit about one of the greatest coaches, of course, both, but Ken Cook at Freeman.
Oh, I mean, Coach Cook, he's a wonderful man, and he really has the biggest heart I've ever known in a coach. And I mean, he cares for his players deeply, and still gives me huge hugs even to this day. So he's a great man.
Quick, two more. Is he ever going to say goodbye? John and Andrew were talking about that. I mean, with all due respect, he loves it and keeps him going.
He's told me about 4 times. I think it's going to be my last year, so we'll see. He loves it, and like he says, it keeps him young at heart.
Lastly, just talk about the upcoming season. You ladies had quite a run, and you're loaded.
Yeah, I mean, after losing last year in the regionals, I think this year we're going to come back with a whole new attitude.
Hey, thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Thank you.
Ms. Danny Busboom, of course, one of the great high school basketball, volleyball players, and we were asking her, of course, about the Husker volleyball team. Let's kick it back to you guys.
Yeah, very much so. Obviously, she was on that state championship team a couple of years ago that they won here at Freeman. By the way, as we were away, Kendra Bender just fouled out of the game for St. Francis with 4:17 left. You take a look at her; she's obviously upset, but I guarantee you those tears are going to dissipate real fast if her team hangs on here for the next 4:17. She's obviously mad that she can't be in there, but can't be too disappointed with the results so far, 57-44. One of the things, kind of branching back to Busboom, and that's going to be an over-the-back foul against Michelle Horseman. One of the things about the volleyball team, they have come up with bracelets. It's all about bracelets these days. We saw the chains earlier, or the beads. Now it's all about the bracelets. Ever since the Lance Armstrong bracelet, everyone's got a bracelet. Well, the Husker volleyball team has their own red bracelets that embody the, I can't remember exactly what they say, but it's only going to be available to the volleyball team and to the hardcore supporters, the ones who provide big-time support to Nebraska volleyball. And the whole idea is behind last year's loss in the NC2As, because they thought so badly that they were going to win that regional and go to the Final Four that they are determined to get back, and it's part of the whole idea behind the bracelets.
And Danny Busboom has been such a plus to that whole Husker volleyball program since she joined the team, starting out as a setter, was a converted setter from high school, and has had a great career so far for the Huskers. Great athlete.
Foul's going to be on number 14, Can Hamling.
That's her second personal foul.
Her second. Team foul number 8 on the Flyers. To the free throw line is Kim Rhines, the only senior on this team. Remember, Freeman is loaded full of underclassmen. That's the second time in this game that Freeman's been across the free throw line. And those are just the little fundamentals that just
nip away at you.
Just drive you crazy.
Yep.
And it's usually the last thing you do is you toe that line. 59-44, 15-point lead. Entry pass was denied by Schoen. Gonna get it in. Nice inbound. Play in the basket. Counts And to the free throw line will go Kristen Fuchs to add to the 17-point lead, 61-44.
He's had a good game as Kristen Fuchs. And a nice job underneath, manning underneath the glass. Here you see again, takes the pass, keeps her concentration, puts a nice little spin on that ball. It didn't look like it was going to go in, but it went down thanks to the spin.
And one. This is the biggest lead of the game, 18 points. 32 turnovers. You look back at this one, that is it, the inability to handle the press, which has been a pattern of all of our games today. The teams that press best win. On the sideline right in front of us. Coming up next, we'll have the medal presentations. The C1 championship between Crofton and Fort Calhoun. We've been talking about injured players today. Fort Calhoun has lost 2 players in this state tournament, yet they're playing on championship Saturday. There's a nice play by Kim Ryans with the steal and the layup. 62-46, charging foul.
Another nice play by Kim Ryans.
That's the 5th foul on Wessel. So that's 3 players we've lost to 5 fouls in this game. But again, if you're St. Francis, that just means you get to wait out the final moments on the bench until you get your gold medal. 3:09 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Flyers 62, Falcons 46. Back after this. The final 3:09 here in the D1 final. Well, Ken Cook will not be able to add to his Hall of Fame win total today. But this will be some good experience for a very young Freeman basketball team that may be in position to be here next year. Speaking of, St. Francis will lose a few. They'll lose Kayan Hamling and Danielle Wessel, who just fouled out, and Allison Hittner and Tina Castle and Jamie Bender, all seniors. So this team was positioned to win this tournament with experience, and they will cash in here tonight.
Humphrey St. Francis taking some of the air out of the ball here. Who else is going to get into the scoring column? That's Kelly Wemhoff with it. Freeman, though, will come up with it.
Take it away. Down to the other end. 2 minutes left. And nearly a steal. Kelly Wemhoff with it. You know, earlier we were talking about how we thought originally that St. Francis, well, I thought originally they had one. Turned out you were right, they hadn't won. And one thing about St. Francis, though, it's a school that has seen a lot of success in many sports.
Yes, they have.
Football, basketball, volleyball. So
in a lot of ways, this is long overdue.
Yeah, it's easy just to assume that they've won in everything. I still have people that come to me to this day and say, so Lincoln Southeast boys have never won state basketball? Yes, which is something that Jeff Smith hates to be reminded of. But you know, it's very similar to that. You just automatically assume, because they are such a good program in so many sports, that you just figured, well, of course they've won before. Well, they haven't here, at least in girls basketball, in the 29 years since they've sanctioned the state tournament. Well, that's going to change here today. Minute 28 left. Ken Cook takes a timeout. As we take a look at the last action, here is Stacy Garacki. A little dish inside, and Jodine Rodemaker, 2 of her 8 points. 62-48. St. Francis Flyers, as we mentioned, their only 2 losses of the season were to Red Cloud in the district championship game, and that served as a wake-up call. Their only other loss came way back at the beginning of the season to a little unknown team out of West Point called Central Catholic.
That shouldn't even count.
Here is Rodemaker, short on the J. Minute 15 left, got on the sidelines, out of bounds. It will belong to the Falcons. Well, if you're Freeman, this is what you take away from this game. Yeah, we got beat. But we didn't look good against the press, but they didn't wipe us out. I mean, really, if you think about it, this game could be a 30-point spread right now.
Oh, definitely.
And I suppose if you're from
Humphrey
supporting St. Francis, you're
right.
probably saying it should be a 30-point spread.
Right.
We just didn't do enough, but
yeah.
it doesn't matter. I mean, the fact that this team is still fighting, is still scrapping, and you know they're not giving in. That will be big next year.
Too many steps.
Now Ken Cook's going to clean his bench, and we're going to see Allison Jurgens, Aaron Dorn, Melissa Hadavy, and who did I miss? Allison Jurgens. I believe I mentioned Allison Jurgens. Kim Rhines will be the only player that stays on the floor. She is the only senior, and St. Francis now cleans their bench. Jennifer Eisenminger, Janelle Cush into the game for the first time. Final minute of play here at the Devaney Center. 3 on the way, short. And now St. Francis is going to use a timeout. Apparently to clean their bench, I would assume. With 36 seconds left. Hey, if you've never won one before, you're going to savor every second.
That's right.
So you're going to prolong it just a little bit.
Savor the moment. I think to sum up this game, Humphrey St. Francis was not their best performance, but they established the tempo, I think, throughout the whole game right from the very going. They slapped on their press, forced turnovers, and Freeman never really felt comfortable getting anything productive done on the offense. They may have gotten a bucket here or there, but it was never consistent. You never really saw a consistent run from the Falcons.
There were a couple of opportunities in this game where it got down to 10 points and it could have been into single digits, and they always say, you know, there's that invisible lid. You know, if you can get it within single digits, then all of a sudden you can make a game of it.
Right.
Because you feel like you're in striking distance, and Freeman was never able to bust through that cap. And now with Michelle Vike in the game, and they did exactly what I thought they were going to clean the bench. Tanya Foltz in there. All reserves now on the floor for both teams. 20 seconds left. All the way in, 3 too high off the glass. Rebound fought for, and appropriately enough, the Flyers get the possession arrow. They will hold the ball here for the final 12 seconds.
That's what you think.
I may have specced too soon.
See if they put one up. There you go.
Humphrey St. Francis, D1 state champions. And we'll be back with the medal presentations after this. Humphrey St. Francis 62, Freeman 48. Let's meet the champions. And it's also time to announce our Sportsmanship Award winner in Class D1.
The Nebraska Coaches Association and the Nebraska Athletic Administrators Association are proud to support the positive aspects of high school athletics. Good sportsmanship is a key factor in our philosophy, and at this time we are pleased to present the Class D1 Sportsmanship Award. The trophies are graciously donated by Awards Unlimited. Making the presentations are Dave Strubing of East Butler High School and Jim Eberly of Red Cloud High School. The Class D1 Sportsmanship Award winner is Red Cloud High School. Receiving the award is Joan Resnicek. Congratulations, Red Cloud High School. The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. The awards will be presented by NSAA Board of Control members Dr. Brian Maher of Centennial and Dr. Bob Resnicek of Omaha Westside. They will be assisted by U.S. Bank Representative Karen Gillespie. First, here are the awards for the 2005 Class D1 runner-up from Freeman High School. Will head coach Ken Cook and your assistant step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 12, Katie Schode. Number 13, Allison Juergens. Number 21, Kim Rhines. Number 23, Melissa Hodaby. Number 24, JC Vanderbeek. Number 50, Michelle Horseman. Number 52, Aaron Dorn. Number 20, Brooke Woolman. Number 30, Jodine Rodemaker. Number 32, Stacy Garecki. Number 33, Kristen Cruzy. And number 34, Elise Schley. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Freeman High School 2005 Class D1 State runner-up. And now, to the champions from Humphrey St. Francis High School. First, head coach Brian Richmond. We have a special coaches award for you. And now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Jennifer Eisenminger. Number 12, Kelly Wemhoff. Number 14, Kayanne Hamling. Number 22, Michelle Bike. Number 30, Tanya Foltz. Number 34, Janelle Cush. Number 50, Kristen Fuchs. Number 20, Danielle Wessel. Number 24, Allison Hittner. Number 32, Tina Castle. Number 42, Kendra Bender. Number 44, Jamie Bender. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Flyers of Humphrey St. Francis High School, the 2005 Class D1 State Basketball Champions.
And they lift the trophy. Tears of joy, and really not so much tears of sorrow from Freeman. I think they kind of saw the writing on the wall, at least early on, but they are bolstered by the knowledge that they are young and they may be back next year for another crack at state glory. But congratulations to the St. Francis Flyers for a wonderful season and a very good state tournament. 62-48 your final score. We're going to have interviews with the champions coming up in just a little bit, but first let's go down to the Hall of Famer Ken Cook along with Kyle D'Elia. Kyle.
Thank you, John. Didn't mean to jump in, and these coaches always say it and do it better than yours truly beat me to the punch, saying we didn't give up. And coach, you really didn't. I mean, they kept fighting and stayed within the game. I mean, really showed the school and community proud.
Very proud of the girls, and we got a lot of youth out there. We made a lot of mistakes, but they got a nice team and very quick, and they made us pay for our slow. We couldn't really stay with them, and could have been worse probably. I don't know. I never look at the final score when you get beat by 1 or 20, but I was very proud of the girls. We could have hung up the ship, and we didn't. I think they really tried and tried hard. So.
No, you said it, and that's the point of this first topic. And Andrew will give the Flyers their due in the locker room in a second. But talk about, I mean, where does this success come from year in and year out? I mean, obviously a lot of people talked about, knew the Bus Boom name and many other the kids that went with that, but nobody, quote, knows these names, maybe just the way they knew those names. But year after year, here's Freeman.
Well, I'll tell you what, continuity, I think. Coach and I have been here quite a while. It's not coaching, but if you stay, the girls look forward to this when they're 7th and 8th graders, and when we get up there, they're ready to play basketball. We spend a lot of time in the summer, and they go to camps, and it's not just an overnight situation. But last year, we were just shocked to get here, and then we played well, which is really shocking. But we only had 2 girls back out of the top 12. This year, we had more back. Next year, we should have more back again. Now, there's no given you're going to be here, but we sure hope we are.
Oh, hey, don't count you out. I got a wrap. You said we. How many more you got going in you?
Until I fall off that old bench over there dead, probably. So, and I tell them then, keep the game going, just shove me over the side and finish it out.
Hey, one of the great ones. He knows how to put things in perspective. Let's get to break so John and Andrew can get back after this.
St. Francis was led by Kendra Bender with 19 points. The runners-up led by Kristen Cruzy, or I beg your pardon, Elise Schlake with 17. And I wonder if that constitutes a legal will. Just shove me off to the side and keep playing. Line of the week by Ken Cook. We'll be back.
The Humphrey St. Francis girls basketball team living up to their nickname, flying high in Devaney Center. They are your new Class D1 state champions. I'm with the head coach, Brian Richmond. And, Coach, You guys have been successful in a lot of sports over at Humphrey St. Francis. What led to this girls basketball championship?
Well, you know, at St. Francis, tradition's everything, and we met back in the end of November, and we set team goals, and this was one of them. We wanted to be here. We worked hard all season to be here, and we got her done.
And most of your team in the starting lineup, at least seniors, so this was something that was doing something you guys really focused on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we had 5 awesome seniors. I mean, they led us hard. They worked us hard every day in practice. We had younger players coming off the bench that stepped up. We just had a well-balanced team.
That Freeman team, tough team to put away, looked like.
Yeah, we had them. We didn't have them. We haven't had them. We give the ball back to them too many times, bottom line. We probably played a little bit not to lose instead of going for the win, but we'll take it. We're done.
Last question, tell me what it's like to coach these ladies.
I love it. I'm going to miss it. I mean, 2 hours every day. I look forward to it. Never had a bad day of practice.
Coach, congratulations. Okay, Coach Brian Richmond, the head coach of Humphrey St. Francis, the Lady Flyers, new state champions in Class D1. When we come back, we'll meet the team, the ladies that got it done just moments ago. Stay with us. (62-48) Humphrey St. Francis, your new state champion in Class D1. I'm with Kayann Hamling right now, the senior. Tell us what it's like to win your first state title in girls basketball.
It is extremely exciting. There's nothing better than working hard all season and ending it this way, and especially winning it with a group of girls that you're best friends with and love them throughout the year. It's the best thing.
Why don't you hand that trophy off to your teammate, and we will get Allison Hittner in here. Kayann, thank you very much. Now, Allison, great job down there. You guys had a hard time putting Freeman away, though.
Yes, we did. We played really good defense, and our press worked really well, so we came back.
Your school's all about tradition, your coach said. Now you have one in girls basketball. How special is it to be the first team ever and to be part of that?
It is so awesome. I feel so great, and I'm so excited for our team.
Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations, and let's bring in Danielle Wessel, your teammate. These girls, so well-mannered, so well-behaved. It's really amazing. Danielle, talk about just what you were able to accomplish out there offensively. Look, you guys just executed better than Freeman today.
Well, our coach always tells us to push the ball hard and, work the ball in as hard as we possibly can, and that's what we did, and we succeeded with it, so
and the press was so key, too, and you guys were able to really exert your will on them with the full court pressure.
Yeah, coach always tells us also that press is the main thing, and we do really well at that, so just trap them and do what we can. So
big party tonight, I hope. Have fun.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Okay.
I would like to say hi to my brother Josh, who just came home from Iraq, too.
Oh, that is awesome. Congratulations to you. That makes this extra special. Let's bring in Jamie Bender here, and let's bring in her teammate. Jamie Bender, come on in here. Kendra Bender, come on in here. You guys, congratulations. Oh, man, tough to duplicate what she just said, but can you talk about, though, just starting your own tradition in girls basketball at Humphrey St. Francis?
Well, we like basketball a lot, and we like to work hard, and I think we have a good group of girls coming back, so hopefully we can go again.
Senior-laden group, too, but you actually fouled out of the game, and why the long face? You guys had the game in control.
My last foul was the best block of my life, and I was just kind of upset that I had to go out that way. First fouling out I had all year and my whole career so far, so it was kind of upsetting.
But you guys got it done in the end. Ladies, congratulations. Give me a high five here. All right, you beat a good Freeman team, and you girls, congratulations. Enjoy that trophy. Please do not drop it on the way out to Humphrey St. Francis.
Thank Peel Pears for the food today. It was great.
There you go. Need I say any more? Humphrey St. Francis, your 2005 Class D1 state champions. The Lady Flyers are going back home with their